Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Entitled FA Stole My Wheelchair. This just happened the other day at the store I hate more than anything. To understand this story, two things you have to know first. About 6 months ago, I lost my legs from the knees down due to diabetes. Second is the kicker of the story. I have always carried a firearm for many years. I also know many police officers because I go to the range frequently. I was at Wally World with my son, and he went off to get some things. Suddenly, this large woman came up to me and very rudely said, "I need that wheelchair." I just looked at her and said, "No." She replied, "I need it more than you." I looked at her and said, "Lady, I literally have no legs," and wheeled off. No more than 5 minutes later, I think it took her that long to form a plan in her pea brain, she starts screaming at me, saying I stole her chair. I don't know if she figured it was the store's chair, but it makes no sense regardless, because on the back of my seat, there's a custom painting of my childhood idol, Ace Frehley. I don't think Wally World's store chairs come stock with Ace Frehley's face, but what do I know? I looked at her and said, "Leave me alone." As I started to wheel off, she actually came up behind me and pushed me off my wheelchair, got onto it, and took off. Management came running, and my son came flying through the store. He is protective of me. Everyone was so kind, and were all trying to help me. The cops were called, and they arrived quickly, within a matter of minutes, who thankfully I knew, and we will refer to as Jack and Maria, who I know very well from the range. I was still on the floor, as, obviously, the store had no spare wheelchairs, which is likely why this pea-brained idiot stole mine, and I told the officers everything that happened. When they caught up to the woman, she stuck with her story of how I stole her wheelchair. As I said earlier, I have always carried a firearm, and a friend of mine made me a holster that attaches to the side of my chair that's disguised to look like it carries a cell phone and a small iPad. When the thief was brought to me, she was screaming at me, saying I should be arrested for stealing her chair. I've actually shown Jack and Maria the holster while at the range because it's cool and I'm a bit of a show-off. Maria, who is the sweetest and kindest person, saw the holster and looked at the woman. Maria said, "Ma'am, what is that on the side of the chair?" She told them it was her phone and coupons. Maria said, "Can you show me?" She opened the holster, and her eyes got large beyond belief. Jack looked at her and said, "You are being put under arrest for assault and felony of stealing a firearm." When she was being put in cuffs, she was kicking and screaming like a 2-year-old. Walmart Karen tries to steal my new scooter. I've encountered a Karen as a kid once, and one who was harassing someone else, but until today, never one of my own as an adult. So, after fighting with disability for 15 years, I finally got my mobility scooter. It's been a godsend, and the freedom is a wonder. But, as I'm sure we've all learned from Reddit, these things are a Karen magnet. And I learned it firsthand today, and on only my 5th time out on it. So first, quick background. I live in Surrey, BC, and my local Walmart has presently precisely 0 courtesy scooters for customers. They had 4, but all were either stolen or broken. So I'm at Walmart today, just looking for a snack, when suddenly, I'm on the floor. It took me a moment to realize what had happened, as I saw a woman, I'm guessing in her late 40s, taking my bags off of my scooter. "What the hell are you doing?" I shouted. She sneers at me and replies that she's taking the store's scooter because fat lazy losers like me don't need it. She was of course perfectly able-bodied. Luckily, I've read enough Karen stories by now to know that if she was stupid enough to mistake a brand new mobility scooter with my name on it for one of those cheap gray scooters with the huge shopping baskets on it, there was no point in even trying to reason with her. So I just shouted, "Security!" at the top of my lungs as she went wide-eyed and tried to get on it and drive away. Luckily, some staff were nearby. Plus, this Walmart had put up railing so that the only way to exit the store was to pass through the registers. So she had no real way to escape the store. The staff that were helping me up called security, and of course they caught her. She kept insisting that it was the store scooter, that I didn't need it, yada yada. I pointed out where my name and number were engraved on it, but she stuck to her guns. Police were called, and after reviewing security footage, it was clear she had flat out assaulted me to get me off the scooter, and that I was on camera entering the store from the mall entrance. She was of course arrested, and I got the customary gift card they always give victims of Karens and a quick story to tell. Luckily, I think the worst I got from the fall was a bruised hip and a wrist sprain. Not the craziest story this sub's ever had, but still thought I'd share while it was fresh in my mind. Update. Spoke to an RCMP officer this morning, and because they have the store security footage, I can avoid having to come to court for her assault charges if I write out a victim impact statement. So, she's being charged with assault, along with the theft of over $2,000 charge. US equivalent is grand larceny, I believe. Also, please stop telling me to sue or lie to the police about my injuries. This is Canada. For one, we're not lawsuit happy up here. And secondly, since I'm not seriously injured, odds are the most I'd be awarded is maybe $100 to $200. It just isn't worth the physical stress it would cause the disabled woman in the mobility scooter. Okay, riddle me this. What on earth happens in someone's life for them to end up like this? What kind of psychopath 1. Assaults a disabled person. 2. Leaves a disabled person with no means of transportation. 3. Assaults a stranger. And 4. Blatantly steals from somebody and thinks it's okay. What the actual fluff? I don't get it. What goes through these people's heads? Actually, I know what goes through these people's heads. Nothing but a gentle breeze. Great googly moogly. It's honestly depressing that in order to protect yourself in this day and age, is to make sure you have security cameras on you at all times. Slap a damn GoPro to your chest every time you leave the house. Has anybody found that new planet yet? But anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed those 2 Entitled People stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!